Hi, I'm Claire and this is BookTube SFF Babbles / Top 5 Wednesday, your favorite science fiction and fantasy book covers. I had a lot of fun researching this one for sure. At number 5, I've got an SF Masterworks edition, which was kind of surprising. It is The Word for World is Forest by Ursula K Le Guin, which has this beautiful kind of forest scape but with stars and a moon showing through it. Usually I don't really like the SF Masterworks covers, to be honest. A lot of them I think just look a little bit weird, but this I think is really lovely to look at. The illustration is by Christopher Gibbs. This is definitely one that grabbed my attention when I was browsing through my bookshelves to prepare for this video, and I was struck once again by how much I actually like it. I think it's lovely. At number 4, we've got The Gospel of Loki by Joanne Dan Harris. This cover was designed by Craig Fraser with illustrations by Andreas Preyes. I originally picked this up because I follow Joanne Harris on Twitter and I was curious to see what her books were about, aside of course from Chocolat, which I think a lot of people know because of the movie. But this, I just didn't remember being as lovely as it is. Apart from the gold foil, which you can see here, which I quite like being not only on the title but also on the tree and on the city here in the back, it's also got this cool like stained glass window type of aesthetic where everything looks kind of like a layer of an engraving, or like I was saying, a stained glass window. I just think it looks really great, and it also conveys really well what the book is about and this sense of mythology. At number 3, we've got The Ship by Antonia Honey. This one was designed and illustrated by a company called Us Now, and I think this cover is just so striking. I actually had a postcard of this cover that lived above my desk for quite some time before I even bought the book, because as I said, I think it's quite striking. We've got these 3 primary colors but in kind of muted tones. It's very vibrant. It's just got this cool retro vibe where everything looks a little bit vintagey, but also the lines of demarcation between colors are a little bit blurred, as if it had been taken with a shaky camera that didn't work really well, which I think conveys the idea of a kind of dystopian, horrible future really well. And of course there is the destroyed skyline of London, which is just a really striking image. I keep using this word, but I think it really embodies how I feel about this cover. Next up, and surprising absolutely nobody, we've got the Memoirs of Lady Trent covers. These are books by Marie Brennan and they feature dragons on the covers. I think they just look magnificent. These are books 3 and 4 and they are actually my favorite covers out of the 4 that are already out. I think the cover for the final book is also really cool, but I didn't have it to hold up for you here. The illustrations are by Todd Lockwood. They're just scientific illustrations of dragons with annotations. Like, what more do you want? I would actually genuinely pay good money for poster-sized versions of these covers. If this isn't something that Thor or Titan already sell, I think they're definitely missing a trick. I would definitely have those on my wall. And finally, my favorite, it's Uprooted by Naomi Novik, the UK edition. I just love this print so much. And this gorgeous cover design is credited to crushed.co.uk. I really love the colors on this mint green, this muted purple, and then of course it has gold foil on it, but I also just really love the style of the illustration. This is kind of a lino cut, woodcut sort of illustration where someone clearly carved the image in a block of either wood or kind of high density foam and then printed it, and I just think it looks gorgeous. I love how the shadow of the tower falls on the house to kind of show you how the influence of the dragon falls across all the valley. I love this cover so much. I want it so badly on my wall that I've legitimately considered before that this book is actually pretty enough to live on my shelf without its dust jacket. And much as I would hate to cut this up because it has some really cool other bits apart from just the cover, it matches really well with the end papers, and it has some extra little vines here on the back of the book, but I could just chop it up so that it was just the picture and frame that. And I'm still not convinced I'm not gonna do that one of these days. So there you go. If you know where I can actually buy like a copy of this that's not just chopping up the dust jacket, let me know, because I have looked and I haven't found it yet. So that's it. These were some of my favorite science fiction and fantasy book covers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any favorite book covers or cover artists that you want to tell me about. And of course, if you've done this video too, leave me a link so I can go and see your pretty books. If you'd like to see more from me, you can check a previous video right about here. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button that's on my face for more videos from me every week. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.